In this video, I will be reviewing Wahid Invest for UK users and will be sharing my very small portfolio as I have been using them for just a few weeks now. In America, you can purchase the Wahid ETF, ticker symbol HLAL, from the stock market, but in the UK this is unavailable to purchase. So Wahid has a dedicated robot advisor platform that invests your money in stock funds that are available here in the UK. Your investment is also diversified with Sukuk, gold and cash. If you want to know more about Wahid in the UK and whether or not the platform is for you, then this video is for you. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, the place for everything investing. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Firstly, I will not be saying whether this is halal or not to invest in, although the platform does advertise itself as investing in Sharia compliant funds. You will need to do your own research and ask your own people of knowledge if this is permissible for you. I am simply reviewing the platform as an investment choice and sharing my portfolio. So Wahid Invest in the UK is a robo-advisor platform. This basically means that they invest your money for you. This is great for passive investing as you don't need to keep your eye on the market, as the platform does all the investing for you. What I like about Wahid Invest is that they invest your money in an established index fund, which is considered the safest way to invest, as you are investing in a basket of several companies rather than just a few, making your investment more diversified. You have a choice of how aggressive you want your portfolio, but I will say that the most aggressive portfolio isn't really that aggressive when you look at it solely from a stock perspective. This is because the money they invest in is in index funds, which, as I said earlier, is considered the safest way to invest into the stock market, and generally they follow the market and outperform retail traders. In this video, I will be looking at the aggressive portfolio only, as this is the one that I am using. In terms of global stocks, it is invested into two different index funds, the MSCI World Islamic ETF and the HSBC Islamic Global Equity Index. You can actually buy these funds on different brokers or investment platforms, but the fees may be more expensive in comparison with Wahid depending on the broker. I will be going over the fees later on in the video. This is a quick look at the iShares MSCI fund and its top holdings. You can see a variety of big companies here and staples in the market such as Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Adobe, Salesforce and Cisco Systems. Not many huge market cap companies, but some well-known established brands. And this is the fund's 3-year performance, and you can see it has pretty much followed the market. You had the huge March 2020 dip, and then since then it has continued to grow. This is the HSBC Islamic Index. These holdings feature more of the top S&P 500 companies and the more larger cap companies. You have your big tech companies such as Microsoft, Facebook, Google, Apple and Tesla. Again, this is just another snapshot of its 3-year performance, and from a quick look it also looks like it's followed the market somewhat. You have the March 2020 dip and then again a steady growth from there. There is 10% allocated to emerging markets. This is invested in the iShares MSCI Emerging Markets Islamic ETF. Emerging markets refers to countries or regions undergoing fast economic growth. These are some of their top holdings. Taiwan Semiconductor and Samsung, I think, are the only two companies I recognize on this list. The purpose of this fund is to invest into the future, as these companies are expected to show long-term growth as their economies grow. This is a chart for its 3-year performance, and it seems to have shown consistent growth and seems to be somewhat consolidating over the past few months. And then you have around 3% allocated to gold, which is considered a safe haven investment as it generally holds its value. I'm happy there's only a small allocation for this, as my main aim for this platform is to invest in stocks and not other commodities. I'm also happy there's no Sukuk in the aggressive portfolio, simply because I don't really know much about it. So here's a quick view of my portfolio. I don't have much invested because, as I said, I have only been using them for a few weeks now. I've only been putting in £100 for the past few weeks, and these are my returns. I'm actually at a loss of £1.72, which I think is around a 0.5% loss, which isn't too bad. Also bear in mind, this may not actually be the live figure. This is because the app is quite slow and updates its figures in its own time, and is therefore not a live indication of my portfolio. In terms of fees, you can find this on their website, and I will leave a link in the description below for you to have a look and see how much it would cost based on your investment plans. In this video, I'll use an example of £1,000 using the aggressive portfolio. First, you have the basic Wahid monthly fee, which comes to £2.99 per month. This is if you have less than 10k invested. If you have more than 10k invested, this fee becomes 0.49% of your total portfolio. So per year, this comes to just over £35. Then you have two standard annual fees of 0.58% of your portfolio, which comes to £5.80 per year based on a £1,000 investment, and another 0.05% fee of 50p again for a £1,000 portfolio. This in total makes an annual fee of just over £40. If we go back up and change this to £10,000, you can see how this changes the total annual fee. And again, this figure will change depending on your portfolio. So a medium or conservative portfolio will have different fees. Again, I will leave a link in the description below so you can see for yourself how much it would cost for you. Wahid is great for passive investing if you want to put your money to work without the headache of keeping an eye on it. It picks your funds for you and automatically rebalances to the portfolio, so everything gets the right amount of allocation. And of course, it's advertised as being in accordance with your faith, but again, check with people of knowledge to ensure it's in line with your beliefs. Also, the figures for projected returns, if accurate, are pretty decent. Your investment is sometimes diversified into other commodities such as gold and sukuk, so you are not just invested in stocks. In terms of fees, I'd say this is both a pro and a con, but more on the pro side, because although it's cheaper than many big platforms, it is not cheaper than some of the apps used by retail traders, such as Trading 212 or FREETRADE. However, the HSBC Islamic Index Fund is not available on those two mentioned platforms. Also, with Wahid, you get a diversification in other commodities which may not be available on other platforms. In terms of cons, the app as a whole is very slow. When you deposit money, it can take days for it to reach your account, and then even more days for it to be invested. This way you can't really capitalize on short-term dips because you don't know when the money will be invested, as the balance shown is not a live indication of your performance. That's why it's probably better to just pick a date for a recurring deposit. Although you do get decent returns, you won't see huge gains even with an aggressive portfolio. You don't have control over what you invest in, so if you think a certain stock isn't ethical or you have a different opinion, then it will still be bought if it's part of the index fund. If this is a concern for you, then alternatively you can just pick the stocks from the index funds you are comfortable to invest in and then just buy these on a different broker. Overall, Wahid is great for passive investing, and you would probably make better returns using this platform than picking your own stocks, as it is diversified into an already existing index fund. But with that, you shouldn't expect huge gains. It's a slow and steady process. For me personally, I'm not sure what I'm doing with Wahid. I was thinking of using them as a long-term portfolio and adding small bits to it over time, and then maybe open an ISA account next year. But I'm also considering other platforms such as AJ Bell, although I know the fees are much more. If you made it this far, then thanks for watching, and please like the video if you found it useful and subscribe for more.